Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. We've seen some really weird team-ups on this show, haven't we? We've seen Michael Jordan team up with Bugs Bunny, Columbus teamed up with a woodworm, a dog teamed up with a dolphin, even Whoopi Goldberg teamed up with a dinosaur. But by far, the absolute worst team-up ever is Whoopi Goldberg and the dinosaur. But Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman come in a close second. This is Double Team.
Mary on the floor.
She's looking freak, but she's much more.
I mean, talk about a bizarre combo. Was there really a group of people out there who wanted to see these two together? Who was sitting around in their living room saying, gosh, you know what'd be great? World peace, no pollution, and that skittle-headed basketball player teamed up with the muscles from Brussels. Who the hell chose that?
Did you? My mind is totally blank. I didn't choose anything!
Well, whoever chose it, we got it. So, let's take a look at the team-up that nobody demanded. This is Double Team. So we start off with a quiet opening. For a monster truck rally. We see Van Damme playing a secret agent driving a truck full of plutonium out of the hands of the Iraqi terrorists. Huh, so that's where the weapons of mass destruction went.
That is so 2003.
We got explosions, gunfire, things getting crushed. I have to admit, it's actually a pretty good action scene. The only thing missing is, well, giving a crap. Van Damme hasn't said a line yet, so I don't really think there's any reason to care about him. Once he does say a line, then I'll know there's no reason to care about him. So, I can't wait to see what significance this has on the plot, or it was 100% pointless. 3 years later, that scene never gets mentioned again, so as usual, we're not supposed to give a Van Damme about it.
Aw, nobody gave me a wake-up call.
So it turns out Van Damme got married after that mission and is living happily with his pregnant wife. But then an old agent friend comes by and makes him an offer.
Stavros is back, and we want him alive.
And yes, this scene has been done so many times in other action movies, you can practically recite it word for word. So you know I'm retired. Come on, you're a hunter jack in it. You missed the game. For me, it's personal. You're the only guy who knows how he works, how he moves. This is your last shot. You know, I could forgive this movie if it came out in the 80s when everybody was doing this cliche, but this is 1997. Even Arnold was like, dude, that shit is old. In fact, it's so tired, we don't even get a scene where he thinks it over or talks to his wife. The next cut is literally him just on the mission. I mean, I guess, really? Do you need a scene where he talks it over? You know he's just gonna say yes. It's like asking a comedian if he can do a Charlie Sheen joke. You had me at hello.
Move the seat up. It's a little tight in the rear.
But it turns out our bad guy, played by Mickey Rourke, after 9.5 weeks, but before Sin City, so tough times. He's holding a gun to the agent friend after he got Van Damme on the assignment.
And by the way, I left you a present.
Oh! What? Did he just lock himself inside the car? What kind of dumbass agent is this? Oh yeah, he's not looking back at the explosion because he just assumes the guy got out of the car. What's to look back at? It's not like he'd be stupid enough to not know how to open a door. No wonder they need Van Damme back. Half these agents can't even get past child-proof safety devices. Cut to Antwerp, where Van Damme enters into a cross-dressing bar. Why is it I get the feeling this is where we're gonna see Rodman? What a shock.
Who does your hair? Siegfried or Roy? Well, this has been fun.
It turns out Rodman is the weapons man that Van Damme is supposed to meet up with. Well, at least he doesn't dress, act, look, or hang out in any place that would be the least bit suspicious.
Who's that? Rudolph?
I may not have reindeer, but I do have the best elves in the business.
You know, I have to admit, this is weird even by Rodman standards. I mean, this is the first movie he's ever done. Did he really just look at this script and say, ball gags on the wall, scuba diving, and leather, Jean-Claude Van Damme? I feel this.
Offense gets the glory.
But defense wins the game.
What a terrible basketball pun. But don't worry, folks. There's a lot more where that came from.
Gentlemen, this is Delta One. Forget you've ever seen him.
Well, it is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Forgetting him is pretty easy.
He has information that Stavros will be surfacing tomorrow afternoon. Somewhere around here.
So they look at their board game to figure out how to take out Rourke, and they get ready to make the hit. But Van Damme sees Rourke with his son and finds that he just can't pull the trigger with him watching, which gives Rourke plenty of time to fire back. So both Van Damme's men and Rourke's men start firing at each other. And no, your computer is not having trouble loading. That's actually how they shot it. I guess the dirty DVD style of editing was very popular back then. So it turns out Rourke's kid gets shot, and naturally, this really pisses him off. Really? He's firing while on one of the rides? You son of a wee! You shot my son, wee! I will have my revenge, woohoo! He goes inside a hospital and shoots all the staff so he can properly monologue in peace.
His favorite thing in the world used to be when he'd go riding his little pony on the weekends.
Little horse gonna miss my boy.
Can you speak a little louder? I can't hear your pretentiousness when you whisper.
My little boy was 6 years old, mister.
But Rourke puts a grenade in the baby's bed, giving new meaning to the term baby boomer.
Oh geez, I'm sorry if you weren't dead.
Poor baby. He's gonna go through his entire life with an incredible fear of fire and Belgians. So Van Damme wakes up on an island of all places, where a voice tells him what's going on.
Quinn, Jack Paul. Born 1959. Agent Quinn achieved clean opportunity to acquire Alpha, but Target Alpha escaped. You went soft. Soft agents are a liability, but because of your skills, you've been assigned to the colony.
No! Did I forget to mention you're a horrible actor?
You're dead already. At least that's what your wife and the rest of the world have been told. Oh, bad.
Wow, he ducked from himself, throwing a TV away from himself? No wonder he's a liability.
Alex Goldsmith.
The taxman. You were killed 6 years ago.
God, it's been 6 years already?
So this is Goldsmith, played by Peter Freeman.
Belloc.
It turns out this is a secret place where both agents and terrorists work together to solve global problems, and everyone in the world thinks they're dead.
We're too valuable to kill and too dangerous to set free. Welcome to the colony.
Okay. Where do I begin to talk about this mountain of not making sense? First of all, why are agents and terrorists working together? Did they just totally forget about the fact that they have different goals? Second, most of these people were out-of-control killers. Van Damme didn't shoot a guy, the exact opposite of why everyone else is there. And wasn't he retired anyway? So how does that make him a danger? Third, they keep them doing the jobs that they were already doing before, so why don't they just keep them doing the jobs they were already doing before? The only difference is now they're doing their spy work inside. Well, why didn't you just downgrade them to begin with? Just give them a desk job, that's easy enough. Why do you have to create an island with lasers in the water? Why do you have to tell everybody they're dead? Why the hell would anybody follow this crazy plan? Is this guy just really good at convincing people?
Too bad the Jovitos don't know you the way I do, Belloc.
Indeed, Indiana, indeed! So Van Damme just sort of goes along with it, never saying, you bastards, give me back my wife or anything. He just sort of goes with the flow. Along with all the terrorists, too. Dying for your god? Fuck that shit, they got a pool! But suddenly Van Damme sees a marking that indicates that his wife may be in danger. Of course, he could let this incredible, unstoppable team of power take care of the situation, but nope. He decides not to tell anyone at all, and spends most of his time planning his escape, rescuing her for himself. Which of course would take days and days to set into motion, but hey, at least he's not letting the other guys get it done faster. We of course get those scenes that we get in every Van Damme movie where he starts bending like Stretch Armstrong. And of course, he plans his way out. By the way, have you noticed something missing from this movie? Dennis friggin' Rodman! Even the poster shows him in the foreground like he's the main star, and yet we're 43 minutes in and maybe 5 of those minutes had Rodman in it. What, did he have a game to play? Maybe he got drunk again on Celebrity Apprentice, I don't know. But it turns out those lasers in the water do go off at one point. island. And that's when the plane flies by to drop off supplies. Which makes you wonder why they didn't just land and physically hand them the supplies to begin with. But who am I to say how to run a crazy island? I guess someone happened to be scuba diving at the same time, and he tries to stop him. Newsflash, dimwit. A plastic bag isn't gonna do much underwater. He already can't breathe! The Van Damme escapes and catches a ride on the plane that takes back the other cargo. He kicks their asses and gets them to fly him back to Antwerp, where finally we get to see Slushy Head again. Just a mere 47 minutes in. Yeah, I liked being left with the Belgian Waffle House never understanding what the hell he says.
You bring cash?
I'll pay you later.
Oops, I just declared a 7-day cool-off here. Dead man don't get credit.
I'll give you 3 CIA bank account numbers.
Well, that's nice, but we don't have much use for a bank account number.
I look at you, I see nothing but trouble. I kind of like trouble.
So they jump out of the plane and get ready to land. Where are their parachutes, you're wondering? Oh, they have something even better than that. They land in a giant basketball. I am dead serious, a giant basketball.
Now that's what I call hang time.
And not only that, it doesn't bounce, and it seems incredibly easy to break apart. So, yeah, their bones would pretty much be liquid jello by this point. But in the movie world, it's a delightful little send-up. 2-pointer!